Beneath the surface of our oceans lies a world we were never meant to see.
A realm where light dies, and life takes on forms that shouldn't be possible.
Drop below 200 meters, and that light begins to fade for Jer. We are now entering the Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone, a vast belt of ocean stretching down to a kilometer deep, where the sun's rays are too weak for photosynthesis. Scientists call it marine snow red. To the creatures here, these drifting fragments of the dead are life itself.
The glass squid drifts with organs barely visible, a ghost against the blue, its transparency still a mystery to science.
The glass octopus is almost invisible, its eyes the only solid feature in an otherwise phantom body.
The bloody bellycomb jelly shines deep red. Down here, red light never penetrates.
At dawn, they sink back down, vanishing into the gloom. This vast daily movement is called the Deal vertical migration.
Naval sonar operators detected a mysterious false seabed, a dense layer that rose every night and sank every...
Past 1,000 meters, all sunlight disappears. We have reached the midnight zone.
Temperatures hover just above freezing. Pressure is hundreds of times greater than the surface.
The dragonfish produces red bioluminescence. To most deep sea eyes, red lights indicate.
Some fish are cloaked in ultra-black skin so efficient it reflects less than 0.5% of light. Even a submarine...
The male fuses his body into hers, his organs withering until he is little more than
A single whale carcass sinking to this depth becomes an oasis, feeding entire communities of Midnight Zone creatures for decades.
Within hours of a whale carcass reaching the bottom, scavengers gather from the surrounding sharks, skagpole fish.
Bone-eating Osidax worms colonize the skeleton, drilling into the bones with root.
The vampire squid, despite its terrifying name, is not a predator at all. It collects drifting marine
legend. The Greenland shark may live over 400 years, the longest lifespan of any vertebrate known.
Each grain of sediment hides countless microbes, recycling nutrients, sustaining a hidden food web we are only beginning to map. Each dive into the Midnight Zone uncovers creatures never before seen. For every species documented,
Many creatures here are so adapted to extreme pressure that they disintegrate when brought to the...
More than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. We have sent rovers to Mars and mapped.
The Midnight Zone is only the beginning. Below it lies a world even science struggles to explain. 4 kilometers down, we leave the open waters and touch the bottom of the abyss. The abyssal plain, a desert of mud covering more than half the planet's surface, almost entirely unseen.
Scientists call this deep-sea gigantism collapse, but why it happens remains completely unsolved.
Recent studies have found plastic microfibers inside their bodies.
A dead whale reaching the abyss becomes a once-in-decades jackpot, and the darkness responds immediately.
Hagfish have been doing this for 300 million years, and Gozo, unchanged, unjawed, and utterly unstoppable.
One whale feeds the abyss for up to 100 years, until nothing remains.
The vampire squid lives where almost nothing else can breathe, thriving in near-zero oxygen water.
In the abyss, food is so scarce that life itself slows down. Creatures here live for centuries.
The Greenland shark may live over 400 years, the oldest vertebrate alive dip. Every grain of sediment hides billions of microbes, the invisible foundation that feeds everything above them.
Osedax worms have no mouth, no stomach, and they drill into bone itself and digest the oils locked inside.
Some abyssal creatures are so strange, they challenge the very classification systems biology has built. Abyssal hills are the most common landform on Earth, covering more area than all continents, and almost nobody has seen one. Xenophyophores are single cells the size of dinner plates, the largest individual cells known to exist anywhere on Earth.
Sea cucumbers can make up 90% of all animal life on the abyssal floor, eating mud.
Even here, 6,000 meters down and thousands of kilometers from shore, we have already arrived.
Below the abyss lie the trenches, scars carved by tectonic forces, the deepest places on Earth.
If Mount Everest were dropped into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be over a mile underwater.
The Hadal Zone, named after the underworld, where pressure exceeds 1,000 atmospheres and scientists once believed nothing lived.
Snailfish are the deepest vertebrates ever found, too delicate looking to exist here, yet thriving where no other fish can.
Their cells produce a special molecule that keeps proteins functioning under 800 atmospheres of crushing pressure. At hydrothermal vents, life runs not on sunlight, but on chemicals spewing from the Earth's crust.
If life thrives here without sunlight, it may also exist in the hidden oceans of Europa and Enceladus.
Fewer people have reached the Mariana Trench's bottom than have stood on the surface of the moon. The trench still descends, and what waits at the very bottom, science is only beginning to understand. 10,000 meters down, deeper than almost any human has ever gone, the trench floor finally appears. The Challenger Deep, the lowest point on the surface of our entire planet Blurndef, and it is not empty.
Even here, at the lowest point on Earth, every gram of sediment contains billions of living cells.
Nearly 3/4 of all deep-sea life produces light, yet we still cannot fully explain how or why.
Some deep-sea creatures communicate in wavelengths of light no other animal on Earth can see.
Dozens of unrelated species independently evolved transparency here, and science cannot fully explain why. The extraordinary microstructure traps incoming light, reflecting less than 0.05%.
The deep ocean absorbs 93% of the excess heat. The abyssal circulation, 10 billion tons of carbon sink into the deep ocean every year, locked away from the atmosphere for thousands of years.
In 2023, a snailfish was filmed at 8,336 meters, the deepest living vertebrate ever recorded.
No rigid bones, pressure-stabilized cells, toxic TMAO concentrations, every system rebuilt for crushing depth.
Deep-sea organisms have already given us cancer drugs and painkillers, and we have explored less than 5% of what lives there. These nodules take 10 million years to grow,
and deep-sea mining would destroy them in a single pass. The deeper we go, the longer the list of questions grows, and the more we realize how little we actually know. New autonomous technology is descending deeper, staying longer, and returning with more discoveries than ever before. The deep sea does not just contain strange creatures. It reveals the full possibility space of what life can be. Bioluminescence is not just light late. In the deep sea, it is language, identity, The deep sea is a museum of ancient life. Body plans unchanged.
The deep ocean carries whale calls across entire ocean basins. The sea itself is a planetary communication system.
Disrupt the deep sea breeze, and the consequences reach every coastline, every climate, every breath of air above.
80% of the ocean remains unexplored, and the largest habitat on Earth is still, in almost every sense, completely unknown.
My God, are you seeing this?
It's unlike anything we've ever recorded.
Reaching the Hadal Zone costs $100,000 per day, Mr. 4 hours of descent, and no rescue if something fails.
We share this planet with millions of deep-sea species we have never seen, never named, and never understood.